Hello, I'm Dave Mills, Technology Librarian here at the West Wyandotte branch of the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. Are you wanting to start a new career? Or are you wanting to make advancements in your present career? Well, follow me and I'll show you how the LearningExpress Library can help you out. The LearningExpress Library is one of almost 90 databases that the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library subscribes to. And if you get into the LearningExpress Library, you'll see that it's comprised of learning centers. And learning centers of various topics. So for example, academics. There are learning centers for helping you getting your high school equivalency, and also learning centers to help you with your college test prep or graduate school prep. If you're working on your adult core skills, and we're talking about skills like writing, speaking, and grammar, there's a section for that. There's a section to help you or somebody become a U.S. citizen. Also, if you're a little bit iffy on your computer skills, LearningExpress doesn't disappoint. There are lesson plans there to help the basic computer user, and there are lesson plans to help the advanced computer user there as well. But we're here to talk about jobs and careers. And the LearningExpress Library has two learning centers that can help you on that. One is the Career Preparation Center, and the other is the Job and Career Accelerator. For today's tutorial, we're going to talk about the Career and Preparation Center. To bring up the LearningExpress library on your computer, you'll need to start off by going to the library homepage at www.kckpl.org. Up at the top are a series of links, and you'll want to click on the eCommunity link, which is towards the left. And once you do, a new tab opens up here at the top right here, and you'll see all the eCommunity services that the library offers. Access 360 for e-reading, Flipster for e-magazines, Canopy and Hoopla for movies, and some other AV items as well. But we want to go ahead and click on the Database Alphabetically link, which is located up here in the upper right-hand corner. Once we do, another tab opens up, and we are delivered an alphabetical listing of all the databases that the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library subscribes to. To take a shortcut, we're going to go ahead and click on L, and we see that there are two databases that start with L, LearningExpress Library and Legal Collection. Of course, we want LearningExpress Library, so let's go ahead and click directly on that, and that will bring up yet another tab, and this is the LearningExpress Library landing page, if you will. And if you look down below here, these are the learning centers I referred to earlier. And so we want to, first of all, go ahead and log in to LearningExpress. And to do that, you will need to create a username and password, and that comes in the form of an email and a password of your choosing. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate here. I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. Okay, and I'm in. And where do I land? I land on a page called My Center. And basically, this is the page that gauges your learning from LearningExpress. And if you look closely here, you'll see boxes that say tests, tutorials, ebooks, and these all gauge the progress of your use of LearningExpress. So for example, since I'm just starting to learn, I'll probably make a lot of use of the ebook section here. And then once I start downloading ebooks to my computer, the ebook box will list all the information that I downloaded. And then also another thing that I might use is the computer course box. If I need to work on my computer skills, it'll start listing some of the computer classes that I successfully completed. Another thing to draw your attention to in this My Center right here is this little button right here that says Download My Center right here. If you click on that, that actually creates an Excel spreadsheet where you can create a hard copy of your learning if you'd like to do that. But for our purposes right now, we want to learn about the the job sites that I talked about earlier. And so I'll direct your attention up here on the blue bar right here. We have the home button right here. We have the careers drop-down list right here. Your name right here indicates that you successfully logged into LearningExpress. But we're going to go ahead and go back to the drop-down centers. And of course, these are all the learning centers LearningExpress offers. And we're just going to go ahead and float our mouse over to the first choice there, career preparation. And to bring up a page, I'm going to move my mouse to the right and click on Learn More About a Career. And what does that do? That downloads the Career Preparation Center for you. Okay, let's go ahead and learn a little bit about the Career Preparation Center here. And we're going to go section by section here. And so the first section we're going to learn about is the Learn More About a Career section, which is right here. And upon closer look, we see various skills that we can take a look at: allied health, caseworker, culinary arts, green careers, law enforcement, legal, nursing, teaching. And we'll take a closer look at those career fields in just a moment. But first of all, since we're talking about changing careers here, let's go ahead and first of all click on Career Changers, which is right here. And LearningExpress takes us to a page when we click on this, to a Career Changes right here. And to learn more, learn about LearningExpress, the first thing I probably would like to teach you is look under the Career Changers headline. We have checkboxes here which tells us what this page delivers. And so tests, it says 0, tutorials, it says 0, but ebooks, it says there are 3 ebooks on this page. And you can see the rest for yourself. And so upon scrolling down here, it has 3 ebook titles that we can choose to download to our computer. And so one is 100 Conversations for Career Success. Another is Best Careers for Teachers. And another is Career Changers Manual. And for demonstration's sake, I'm going to go ahead and download Career Changers Manual. So I'm going to click on Download ebook right here. We'll get a little pop-up, and it wants to know, do we want to open with our browser? Or do we want to open it, do we want to save the file? In this instance, we're going to go ahead and just open with Adobe Acrobat Reader right here. And we'll click OK. And it opens up in a separate window the LearningExpress Career Changers Manual. And it looks like it's about a 182-page manual here. And you can scroll up and down. And if you have any doubts about the freshness of the material, the currency of the material, you can scroll down a little bit. And I've learned that if you scroll down to like page 4 or 5, it'll give you a statement saying that the content in this ebook has been reviewed and updated. And in this case, this manual has been last updated in 2017. So that seems like pretty recent information, pretty usable information. So you can scroll down and you'll go to a table of contents page. So evaluating your current career, are you ready for a career change? And you can see all the other chapter titles here. And so this is now downloaded into your LearningExpress account. How do I know that? Well, I'm going to X out of here, and then I'm going to go up to my name right here, and I'm going to click on My Center. And here's the My Center page. And if you look under eBooks here, here's the manual I just downloaded there. So that's how it works. If you download something, it'll download here to let you know that you've considered this as part of your learning experience right there. And so I'm going to go ahead and go back up to the Learning More About a Career right there. And so that's one choice. And then also the military also has its section here. And it's this final section here that reads Career Information for Veterans. If you click on the link here, that opens up the Transitioning Military page. And of course, across the top here, it looks like we have 2 tutorials. And it looks like that's it. And so, and one tutorial is Military to Civilian Career, a how-to guide for new veterans. The other title is Military to College, a how-to guide for new veterans. I'll go ahead and demonstrate one. I'll do the first one here, Military to Civilian. I'll click Start Tutorial. And the key thing about using either the tutorials or the testing sites is paying attention. This is how they set up the tutorial right here. Over here on the left-hand side, we have Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4. These are collapsible menus. And so, first of all, it gives us a course introduction here on the main page right there. But to proceed further, we'll need to go over here on the left-hand side and click. And then that uncollapses the menu here. And it looks like it just has one lesson plan here in Unit 1. Lesson 1, Finding the Right Direction. So when you click on that, look what happens to your main page right there. And as a matter of fact, this further expands for you. So you have topical information you can deal with. So lesson 1, Finding the Right Direction. Let's see, Introduction, Finding the Right Direction. Making the transition to the civilian world. Brainstorming your new life. And you can see some of the other topics here. And then once you're done with that, you can go on to Unit 2, which is right here. And that's Unit 2 of your lesson right there. And then once again, these are collapsible menus. So once you click on one, you'll have other links to click on for your tutorial right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to my center right here. But instead of going directly back to my center, LearningExpress asks me if I want to save and finish this later. And for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, save. And it takes me back to the tutorials page right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back to my center right here and click on my center. And just to demonstrate again, here's the military to civilian career tutorial that I just saved right here. So that's another aspect of LearningExpress right there. I'm going to repeat and go back to career preparation and click on Learn More About a Career. And then in the other sections here, these are basically information to help you make a decision whether you want to explore that career or not. So for example, Allied Health. If I click on the Explore Careers in Allied Health database right here, I get one ebook right there, and I could choose to download the ebook, which I'll go ahead and do. And always pay attention to the pop-up screen. It'll ask you what do you want to do, if you want to open up in a browser or open it up with Adobe Acrobat Reader, or even save the file to your computer. In this instance, I'm going to go ahead and say open the file with Adobe Acrobat Reader once again. And here's the Becoming a Healthcare Professional. This one has about 141 pages to it for your consideration. And if you keep on scrolling down here, remember, look for the statement about when the content was last updated. It looks like this stuff was updated back in 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back to my center just to demonstrate that I have another ebook that downloaded to my center right there. And in repeat, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Learn More About a Career. And then for another demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and click on Law Enforcement, become a police officer. And then once again, it looks like this one just has one ebook right there. And I can choose to download the ebook right there. And let's say for this time, I don't want to download the ebook. I decide I don't want to become a police officer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this link right here, Learn More About a Career. And that returns me back to where I was. And I'm going to pick one more. How about the culinary arts? I'm going to click on Explore Careers in Culinary Arts. And once again, you can see what's available here along the top banner right here. And then this time, I'm going to go ahead and click on Download the ebook. And this time, I'm just going to go say, open the file. And here's yet another ebook created by the folks at LearningExpress right there. And oh yeah, don't forget to check on your recency of your information right there. And here it is. And once again, it looks good, 2019. We'll close. And then finally, I'll go ahead and go back to my center. And you can see that my ebook section here on my center is filling up. Let's go ahead and drop down to the next section here in the Career Planning Center. And this is the Job Search and Workplace Skills. And as you can see here, this is designed to help you improve your job search, interviewing, and networking skills. And let's start off the demonstration by clicking on the Change Careers link right here. And you can see what's available here, one tutorial and 2 ebooks here. And we're going to go ahead and go back and click on the Job Search and Workplace Skills again. And then this time, we're going to click on the link that reads Conducting a Successful Job Search. And that brings up another page, and it looks like we have one tutorial and one ebook right there. And so let's see what we have under Find Your Next Job. It looks like it's a tutorial, so when we start it, remember we get this page right here, and it looks like we have menus that need expanding again. So Unit 1, if we click on that, that gives us, it looks like 3 different lessons about the modern day job search. And then if we go to Unit 2, Finding the Job A to Z, and you can see how that goes. And then once again, remember, if you just want to return back to your center, click on My Center. And also remember that LearningExpress will prompt you to save your work in progress. And if you want to do that, you can click Save. And in this instance, I'm going to go ahead and say Close without saving. And that returns me to the tutorials page, but I'm going to go ahead and click on My Center again. And then actually, I'm going to go ahead and go back up here, click on Career and Preparation, and go back to Job Search and Workplace Skills, and we'll take a look at another a link here. And probably one of the more important ones to consider is the Create Great Resumes and Cover Letters. And when you click on that, it looks like we have a couple tutorials: how to create great cover letters, how to create great resumes. And once again, when you click on those, remember you'll probably get menus that need to be expanded so you can learn the entire lesson there. I'm going to go ahead and go back. The next topic is Interview with Confidence, and we'll see what's available there. It looks like one tutorial and one ebook. And you can see the way that's arranged right there. And then also a couple others: Accept a Job and Negotiate Your Salary, and then also Learn Important Social Networking Skills. LearningExpress is kind of recognized that we can no longer escape social networks like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or things like that. So there are some books to learn from that apply social networking to your line of work. And here are some suggested titles right here. Looks like it's just 2 ebooks in this section right there. And then over here on the right, we have Build Your Workplace Skills, and so a section for Strengthen Your Business Writing Skills. And it looks like one tutorial, 5 ebooks, so it looks like a lot of interesting reading right here. And then finally, Succeed on the Job. Let's see what we got there. Looks like we have 4 ebooks with many different articles right there as well. Okay, so we talked about learning more about a career and the job search and workplace skills. But there are some jobs out there, careers out there, where you actually have to study for an exam in order to be successful in that said career. And that's the remainder of this center here. And so it gives us a series of tests designed for the specific occupations. So for example, we'll start at the top here where it says Prepare for the Air Traffic Controller exam. When clicked, it gives me my resources here. And so let's go ahead and click on the top link here, the AT-SAT practices, and see what we get. And you can see, it looks like we have 7 tests here, and they're subject specific. So for example, ATC, which I believe is short for Air Traffic Control, and it looks like it wants us to examine air traffic scenarios practices. And then we can see what the other testing titles are: analogies, angles, practice, applied math. Let's see, and you can see what those. Let's take a look at one of these tests and see what we get here. So I'm going to go back up to the air traffic scenarios practice test. I'm going to click Start Tests. And the key thing is, if you do decide to use LearningExpress's practice test, the best piece of advice I can give you is read the instructions. It's very important that you read and understand what's going on here. And so the instructions over here on the left-hand side. And then also over here on the right-hand side, it actually gives you a description of the test that you're considering to take. So test details here. Looks like there are a total of 100 questions here. It looks like your test time is 500 minutes. And then you could choose your test mode. Will you do it in a simulation? Is it just going to be a practice exam? Or are you going to be a learner right there? And then when you click on Start the Test right there, and I'm going to do it under practice mode, let's see what we get here. And you can see it gives us question by question about air traffic scenarios practices right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and click Finish Later. And I'm going to close without saving. So that's an example of an air traffic control, air traffic scenario test right there. I'm going to go ahead and go back, and we're going to go ahead and try another topic. How about allied health and social work? So if we click on that, okay, there are a whole bunch of disciplines in this career field, it looks like. The TEAS test, for example, the Allied Health Programs Interest Tests, dental assistant certification, medical assistant, pharmacy technician. And so let's take a look at another one. So I'm going to say I'm going to choose prepare for physical therapist assistant certification right there. And so it looks like we have two links to help us out here. One is for the practice exam. The other one is for the ebook. So let's click on the ebooks and see what they give us here in terms of ebooks. Okay, it looks like it's just one ebook. And so I'm going to go ahead and go back a page here. And actually, I'm going to look at the physical therapist exam books right there. And just to demonstrate what I did here, here's a drop-down list that's and it's totally talking about physical therapy, or the physical therapist assistant books. So I clicked here and I toggled over to the ebook. And then if I click on the drop-down, I can toggle over to the exams right here. And here are the exams right there. It looks like there are 3 tests here, and it looks like they're the same exam title, but probably different listing of questions, I would believe. So that's physical therapist right there. I'm going to go ahead and go back up to prepare for the Allied Health and Social Worker exams. And let's go ahead and take a closer look at maybe another area. And probably a good one to take a look at is civil service. And so when I click down on that, you can see what LearningExpress gives me. Civil service practice exams, civil service exam prep books under this heading right here. Prepare for the postal worker exam. So here's where you come if you want to work for the post office. Let's go ahead and just limit it to the federal, state, and local civil service exams. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the practice exams again to show you what it looks like. And remember, once again, as I said before, if you do consider doing a practice exam, the most important thing you can do is read the instructions. And so here's some various exams right here, and they're just numbered 1 through 7 here. No particular title for each one. So I'll click on the first exam right here, and it's loading right there. And you can see it's kind of the same setup as before. Make sure you read everything carefully, and make sure you have enough time allotted for taking the test. And in this instance, it looks like you have to answer 100 questions in the time of 60 minutes right there. And so I'm going to go ahead and go back to my center. I'm going to close without saving. And here's my center again. And then that's pretty much for the exam tests right there. The key thing is make sure you read what kind of exam it is, read the instructions, make sure on this. I am now, to conclude this tutorial, I'm now back here at the My Center page. And one final thing you can do is, if you consider that you might have too much material on your My Center page, you can always delete some records here. And so, for example, let's say that I'm no longer interested in the military to civilian tutorial here. I can click on the trash can, and LearningExpress asks me, am I sure that I want to delete it? I click delete. And then let's take a look at my ebooks. I have 3 ebooks listed there. Let's say that I don't want the culinary arts ebook. So once again, I click the trash can. Let's try that again. I'll click on the trash can. It says, are you sure? And I'll say yes, I'm sure. I'm going to click delete. And I'm now down to 2 ebooks in my center right there. In summing up this tutorial, one thing that I probably do need to add is you can also download LearningExpress to your smartphone via the KCKPL mobile app. It has all the same learning centers as your PC does, and you can take it on the go. For further assistance with any LearningExpress Learning Center or any piece of technology, you can give us a call here at the library at 913-295-8250, or you can access our webpage at www.kckpl.org. This is Dave Mills. Thank you for your time.